is key. Hey Michelle, if you could give me a call back. This is Jordan. Ashley spoke to you last month about the sale of your property on Beach Street Lane in Bedford. If you could give me a call back. All right, sounds great. Bye-bye. So in this video, I want to have a couple of follow-up calls with you guys. If we can get them recorded, that's perfectly fine. If not, I would just want to talk about follow-up while we're in here. So this particular client, I love FreedomSoft first and foremost. That's our CRM. But this particular client said, give us a call back next month. Probably be a better time for him. So that's exactly what we did. FreedomSoft, we marked the task, looked at the calendar, and we're back on page. Now it's time to give them a call. So that's exactly what I did. So in that process, we have a lot of people always asking the question, follow up. How do I do it? When do I do it? What should I do? How should I create it? All those type of questions. That's great questions. Really, follow up, to me is follow up, right? Is really no perfect time to do it, right? I'll be honest with you, there isn't. The perfect time to do it is now. Follow up with them, reach out to them this week, next week, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. I heard a quote from a salesman, and I believe it was from the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster by Dan Hardy. Read that book probably about 3 or 4 months ago, and it was talking about out of the 5 potentials that I followed up with consistently, one of them left me because I hounded them. The other 4 went with me, right? So that's probably the eyes that you want to have, and you want to have people that's going with you because you're following up, right? So this particular client, like I said, shout out to FreedomSoft. I'm gonna push them over to the 6th. It was today I was supposed to reach out to him, didn't get that done. Well, I did reach out to him. I didn't get an answer. So I left a voicemail, have him call me back. Hopefully we can go from there. But follow-up is very different. So in the CRM, as a customer relationship manager, I use FreedomSoft. I would advise anybody to use really anything. You just need to get in the habit of calling and reaching out to your sellers over and over and over. And what this does 2 things. It does one thing from a standpoint of it keeps you in front of that particular seller. Obviously, if they're in our CRM, at some point in time, they said they was interested in selling, right? Now we just want to get them to the point where they're actually going with us. If that's not today, fine, right? I just want to know that I'm thinking about you, right? So we want to always stay in front of a particular client. I don't care who it is. So that's kind of what we want to do. And follow up. You got that one, the CRM side of it. Just making sure you follow up and then stay organized. That way you know who to follow up, when to follow up. And like I said, with FreedomSoft, it just created a task. We can literally drop it in a 60-day follow-up, 30-day follow-up, and then anybody that we feel like we had a great conversation with, we'll just go ahead and jump on the phone with them, right? We can follow up every 1 to 2 weeks. One rule of thumb that I would say is whatever time they say they need before they make a decision, please call at least half that time. If you really want to do it, I will split it in half. So they say, call me back in a month, call them in 2 weeks. If they say, call me back in 2 months, call them in 1 month, right? You want to constantly let these people know that you're on their mind. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of people will say, call me back in 60 days when they'll solve their problem in 30. And now they're truly ready to sell, but you haven't called them back, right? Because you're listening to the whole conversation and you're doing exactly what they said you to do. So I would say be aggressive as much as you possibly can because it pans out. That's the difference between getting the house on the contract and not getting the house on the contract. So I got another one here, a 60-day follow-up. I'm just gonna read it and then make a phone call. New HVAC, need cosmetic flip, 2,400 square foot. She says she wants to follow up in a couple of months. So maybe June. Let me just look at the communication and see when the last time we spoke with her. Because it says June. Okay, so just last week, we want to sell, but we'll probably be a couple of more months. Okay, sounds good. So we spoke to him last week. I don't know why it was in May. It should be 3 weeks, or 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm gonna create a task here. I'm gonna move the task that we had over. Like I said, it was supposed to call them today, but I just spoke to them last week. They shouldn't be up on the follow-up this fast. So we're gonna move that out to Today's the 3rd. I'm just gonna move that to the 17th. I'll take 1 week further, the 24th. I'll sign that to myself, follow up. That one's a pretty good one because this lady wants to, she wants a little bit of nothing for her house. She thinks she's asking for a retail, but the house is went up in value. And she's literally trying to give it away. I'm not gonna say give it away, but it's not gonna be hard for us to come to agreements on the deal. That's really the biggest thing. Working with somebody reasonable. In today's market, you don't need to find somebody that's giving away their house, right? If it happens, great, that's exactly what we want. But if it don't, that's fine too. But the main thing is we need to work with people that are reasonable. If they're reasonable, we can do deals with them. Now this guy right here, I've spoken to him plenty of times. We spoke, I believe, last week or maybe a couple of weeks ago. But he has a property and we want to buy it, man. We spoke to him on the 26th. That was a week ago. He said he had an offer, but he still wasn't under contract, but he liked the offer that he got. So I'm gonna call him and figure out where he is. Hey, it's very key that when you talk to a seller, make sure that they are, make sure you don't want to sound needy. Like you don't want to have to do the deal and you can't walk away from the deal. This guy I've been talking to for a while, just gonna follow up and see where he is. But I'm not gonna have to need him if he's a perfect fit with somebody else. I'm gonna shoot him thumbs up and tell him good luck in the future, right? So let's listen to this one, figure out how this goes.
Please leave your message for
Hey, Mr. Gomez, this is Jordan. Just reaching out to you, my man, about that property on Main Street. If you could, give me a call back. That sounds great. Just wanted to touch base. I know we spoke last week. Just wanted to figure out where you are today. All right, bye-bye. Okay, so that's another one. Let's get over to another task. Right now, I'm just knocking tasks out. I got a to-do list. We're just going through and knocking them all out. So here's another guy. We just look at communication, follow up in 30 days. Had a mini conversation with him a while ago. It looks like Grace had that conversation with him. Let's look at lead details. This is out in Kemp, Texas. I don't even know what that is. Spoke with him, not ready to sell, but we'll call in case he won't be able to finish the project. We'll check again in a month. Remodeling currently selling in 4 or 5 months. So this guy is currently in the middle of a remodel. We'll see how it goes. I doubt if it goes through, but we'll call him and see anyways. He may run out of money doing a rehab. Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
That's good. I'm doing pretty good, my man. I'm doing pretty good. Hey, I was reaching out to you because Grace had reached out sometime last month about this property on Lakeside Drive, and she said you were thinking about selling it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
In the next month or two, I'm gonna put it up for sale. But I got several people that are really interested in it. I'm gonna do some work on it first. So.
Gotcha. Did you buy this to invest in it, or is just one of those things kind of inherited, fell in your lap? What was that?
No, I've had it for about 15 years. I just moved out of there about 6 years ago, and my kids lived down there for a little while. And then it's just I just started working on it and improving the house and the lot and everything. There's some work on it, so I think I'm gonna sell the house and cut 1 acre off and keep the trailer where it is. So.
Gotcha. How much land do the house sit on?
It'll be a little over 2 acres.
Okay, and that's without the acre lot that you cut off of it?
Yeah, When I got that 1 acre for the trailer up front, so I'll leave a little over 2 acres, so I'll have to get it surveyed in to get that cut off.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you stay in tune with me, and
I definitely will. I'll be honest with you, Ronnie. We buy a lot of properties as is. I don't know if that's something necessarily you're interested in. I don't know if you got the guys to get in there and get it done, or you want to fork over the money to get it done. But sure, we can go out there and take a look and at least get you an offer, and then you can kind of evaluate.
I've got several offers already, but like I said, I do contract work, and I'm gonna go ahead and invest in improving the property so I can get what it's really valued at. So.
Okay.
No sense in me losing that money that I can do the work on the property and make that money too. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, I definitely understand. Our job is just to make it as convenient as possible. Yeah, when you take a cash offer, you are.
Where are you located at?
I'm in Addison, my man. We invest from. I'm in Addison. I live in Addison, but we invest basically from DFW on east. We do 90% of our business out there in Tyler, East Texas, Flint, White House, Glendale, all that type of stuff.
Tell you what, let me. Be sure and call me back in about a month, but I'll write your number down because I got it on my phone here.
Okay, that sounds good. Definitely just give me, I'll give you a call in about 30 days, figure out where you are, and shoot, if you're interested, that'd be perfectly fine.
314-888-8984.
Yes, sir. That
What's
phone.
your name?
Jordan.
Jordan?
Yes, sir.
All right, bud. I'll write that down so I can get back in touch with you and let you know how everything's going. So.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. Hey, you take care, man. Enjoy your night and be safe out there.
Yeah, hope you're not getting hit too hard out there right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a tornado just touched down in the area, so it's it's crazy right now.
I hear you. All right, well, be safe.
All right, appreciate it, Ronnie. You take care.
All right, Jordan.
All right, bye-bye. So this is a follow-up, guys. This is how it sounds. It's nothing spectacular. There's nothing sexy about it. You just want to follow up with these particular sellers. Now, I'll be honest with you. This guy says he does contract work. He works as a contractor. Right now, I think we spoke in March. He's still doing work to the property. Right? He initially came in as a lead in March. He's still doing work to the property. He's still got another 2 months on the property. Now, I said 4 to 5 months. So it's probably right there on time, but at the same time, this particular guy may not get this property finished. He may just be ready to get some money for the property and move on, right? People get to a point where, hey, I've spent a lot of money. I'm done with it. Let me just call. A guy said he'd give me an offer. Let's see it. Call this guy and figure out where we are, right? So definitely a good guy to follow up with. I'm just going to create the task. He said give him another month. You guys know what that means. Hey, 2 weeks. We're going to follow up with him in 2 weeks. Man, I just love this system, Freedom Soft. Or if you're not using it, please use it. I love Freedom Soft. And while I was on the phone with him, I had another follow-up call. Give me a call back. So I'm gonna jump on the phone with them. Call this guy on a Friday on the 21st. So let me figure out who called me, and I'll give them a call right back once I offer ASAP. I don't think I ever spoke to this guy before. You know, this guy right here. So backstory on him. He called me, we spoke, got him over an offer. I told him I need to be very aggressive on the property, and he was almost about to do it. Spoke to a real estate agent, and now he's been on the back burner ever since. So we price dropped him probably 30, 40 grand. But let's give him a call back and see where he is. Last time I spoke to him, he really wasn't interested. He was still kind of wait a little bit. So let's see.
Please leave your message for
Okay, Woman.
Looks like we're playing a little phone tag. Should have got off the last phone call a little bit faster. There you go. He's calling me back. I'll put it on speaker for you guys. Mr. Gomez, how you doing?
Hey man, I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, my man. I'm doing pretty good. Kind of busy.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, pretty busy, but still doing pretty good. Closing on about 3 properties this month, so I'm excited, hitting some goals and getting some things squared away. But enough about me. I'm just following up with you. I was trying to see where you guys were in the process. Did you guys get that property sold? Or?
Well, I have a cash offer yesterday for $90,000. The guy has all this week to come up with the money, and because he says he's gonna try to find the rest of it because he was kind of short. So he offered me $90,000 on the end of this week. We want to sign that if it comes with it. We want to sign the papers and everything. But I'm still working, man, so I'm not attached to any offer yet. But the numbers right now is up to 90,000 cash. So that's what I'm saying for right now.
Gotcha. So the 90 cash is it? I'm trying to understand it because it sounds like the guy offered you 90, but he don't have 90.
Well, he offered me 85 right off the hand, right there. And I said, no, I need that. I want 90. He says, well, on the end of the week, I'll call you back and let you know that I'm either I stand 85 or I'll raise another 5,000 so I can get the property. I said, okay, I'll be waiting. So I'm up to 90,000 right now.
90,000 right now. Okay.
Yes.
So you guys aren't. So you haven't signed an agreement. I'm guessing if he said he can do 90,000.
No, but he offered me, and I said, well, you got all this way to raise to come out with the money, and if you cannot, well, just let me know, and I'll see what I can do. But the sign is there. I'm not in a hurry, so I'm still working. I'm an air conditioner man. I got my office, so I'm still working around. And if somebody calls about give me an offer out, I'll think about it. But right now, like I say, it's up to 90,000 cash.
It's up to 90,000 cash. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me this. Where was we at on this particular property?
I'm sorry?
What did I offer you for this particular property?
Well, I think you start 75, then you call me back a week, 2 weeks later, and you told me, well, best I can do is 80,000. I said, well, let me think about it because to begin with, I was asking 120.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been for probably a year. And I just throw the reels and see what happens if I catch any fish. And that's the way it works. So from 120, people started coming out with 655, 65, and 45. And I just everybody give me a slap in the face. I thought, don't give me 45.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
Little by little, I start probably, I don't want to say this, but probably I'm gaining a little numbers on my favor, but for 120, I'm up to 90,000. So, a year later, I think I'm doing pretty good. And, if I can get a 120, well, that's fine, but I realize that, market is, well, I don't have time to think about it or to, I just want the money so I can do something else. I need the
Man, it's not a hotter investment than real estate right now.
I'm sorry.
I said it's not a hotter investment than real estate right now.
That's what I used to get my job, man. I'm gonna get my business.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of 20. I spent 20 years there, so it was a good 20 years. So I think I got the most of it, and I'm happy right now. As a matter of fact, last week, somebody called me, and the guy said that he's a mechanic, and he was looking for a shop and a place to live. So, well, that's perfect for you.
Mm-hmm.
He asked me how much do you want. I said 140. He said, how much do you want down? I said, well, at least 20,000 and I'll finance. I said, well, let me call you back. So same story. People call and they say they want to come and probably don't see it, don't hear from it for the last time. So, I got a lot of calls, a lot of offers, a lot of numbers. And I just not, at least 20-25% less than I want 20. Well, I think I can pay, which I think is going to be around 90,000. But I don't know. I mean, sometimes I might get surprised. Probably somebody might give me the 120 that I'm asking. Whatever. I just waiting. But right now, like I said, I'm not in a hurry. If somebody come out with 90,000 cash flow, let's get out. Let's do the business.
Okay, Mr. Gomez, tell me this. What is it renting for again? Because I think I base my numbers basically solely off of what it rented for. The front unit, the little place for the business, we can rent that out for about.
Let's say the whole building, you can rent it for probably $1,300. The whole building.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably at least $14,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
But it's part commercial, it's part residential, because I'm on a Main Street and the Harris, the county appraisal district is got a rated as a commercial, but you can live there. You can work on the front and live on the back of the same building. So that's what it is. But like I say, I used to house my business there. I'm an air conditioning, so 99% of my business were outside my business, building. So actually, I just got it for an office for a little bitty warehousing. But that was it. But like I say, there were 20 years on that building, so I think I got the most of it so far.
Gotcha. Which is a good thing for you, right? Good thing for everybody. Let me now. I looked at some of these pictures, just trying to read. It's been probably a month since I made that offer, maybe longer than that. I think we first spoke in March, so it's been a while since I've been talking to you, and I think you sent me those pictures back in March. So it's been about 30 days since I originally gave you that offer. But I'm gonna look at some more of these pictures. Redo it. I'm gonna take it to the drawing board. Like I said, we've been buying houses. We've been getting a lot more aggressive on it. I evaluate it and see if it's something I can do. If I can come up, if there's room to come up on it, and kind of go from there. If it is, if 90's your number, I won't BS with you. I'll let you know. I keep following up. Either way, I know I'll definitely do that. Tell me this, on that front apartment, or that front not apartment. That office space, it's about 300-400 square foot, correct? Do it has a restroom in it?
Yes, sir. It's probably 450 between the little bitty warehouse and the office.
Mm-hmm. And tell me this, is that the spot with the tile room? Is that the tile floor with the tan and the white ceiling fan, or is that one of the bedrooms?
No, that's in the back. That's what you're talking about. The ceiling fan is on the back of
Okay.
I don't have any. I don't have any ceiling fans on the front. It's just a light and that's it.
Gotcha. In the 3-bedroom apartment, yeah, I see that. Okay, I'm seeing. I'm just trying to familiarize myself with it. It's been a while since I looked at it. I see the brown building on the outside. As far as parking, we can park anywhere in the front?
Yes, sir, in the front. Yeah, you can park anywhere in the front.
Okay. And you said it was a restroom in the front building, correct?
Yeah, it's got one bathroom on the front and one bathroom on the 3-bedroom apartment on the back.
Okay. Is the bathroom on the front, is that a full bathroom or is that just a toilet?
I'm gonna say on the back. Let's say on the back section of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Because people think that the shop, the office, is like 10 feet away from the rest of the building. No, it's on the same building, but I just divided on the same building. I just put a pass door so it communicates the front of the building with the apartment, because it's like you work in the front,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a passage door, and you live on the back of the building. It's just nowadays. You work on your living room and you sleep on the back of the house. That's basically it. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Well, we spoke about it, so I kind of understand exactly what you're talking about, what kind of property it is.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll reach out to my partner, just see, like I said, see if there's anything we can do. If 90 is your number and you want 90, and tell me this, if I was to go to bat for you and get you 90, is that something you ready to go on, or you're still going to say, hey, I'm waiting on somebody else and waiting to get a higher offer?
Well, wherever it comes first, man. I don't have any. I don't play any favorites. Whoever it's like me. I just and now. We've got the season just coming up, and I start doing giving some proposals. So if I give a $5,000 or $3,000 proposal to somebody else, even less, well, people call somebody else. That's the same thing. You call and you got the money, let's go. Let's go. Let's do the business. I don't want whoever comes first. That's what it is.
Yeah, for sure, and that's exactly where I'm at on it. Let's get it done. Let's make some money and keep on rocking. One deal. Don't get me wrong. Nobody's gonna make a break from this one deal. Trust me, I can't get rich from it, and I doubt, unless you go invest it in a heck of an investment, I doubt if this one property makes you rich. We want to make sure it's a win-win for both sides, and that's kind of how I'm looking at it. Just want to make sure it's a win-win for both sides. So with that being said, we'll look at it, see what we can do. If we can do it, I'll give you a call back tomorrow and see exactly how we can get this thing squared away and locked up. If we can't do it, I'll just continue to follow up and hopefully in that process, we can buy the property. But that's exactly what I'll do. So I'll look at it and see where I can go from there. Sounds good?
Okay, not a problem. If you let me know, just do your numbers and you just give me a call.
All right, then. That sounds like a plan. I appreciate it, Mr. Gomez.
You take care, young man.
All right, you do the same. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
So we've been talking to this guy for over a month. Follow up, because I think we're at 90 grand now. We're at 80. I should have locked it up when I had a chance at freaking $80,000, but now we're 10 grand, a little bit higher. I don't necessarily know if it's a lot of money to be made here, but if I can lock it up for 90, shoot, who knows? We can shop it around for a couple of weeks. If we get something, great. If we don't, great. We keep on moving, right? There's no water off our back. But if we get something, maybe we can go back and refinance. Or not refinance, but renegotiate, right? If we get one buyer say they're willing to go out there and buy it at 100 and they come back in at 92, maybe we can just renegotiate for 80, not 88, and keep rocking, right? Whatever the case may be. But one thing I am looking out there in that area, rents are very, very impressive. I'm seeing rents here for 1,300, 3.2. Now he got a 3.1, not a 3.2. But I'm seeing another one rented for 1,200. and it's 900 square foot. It's a 3-1, right? So just on the apartment unit alone, right behind his shop, can rent for $1,200. I got a comp for that. Now, if that can rent for $1,200, what about the apartment unit, right? We might be up to $1,600. He said $1,300, $1,400 a month. And I'm being conservative when I say that. If we can get this thing up to $1,500 a month, we may have a buyer. I may have a buyer that'll buy this thing. You give him 10 grand to put in, 10 grand to put into it, and he probably be good to go. But with that being said, I just want to talk about follow-up. I want to show you guys some follow-ups from live follow-up calls. Obviously, that conversation did not sound like me trying to sell him on going with me. No, I'm seeing where he's at, seeing he got an offer. He's still waiting to do the deal. End of the week, I may give him a call back and just lock that deal up, shoot it over to my guys, give them the specs, let them go and take a look at it and see if it's something that they want. Like I said, it's a mixed-use property. The front of it is a commercial. The back side is just a 3-1 residential property. But we got right here on the comps, a 3-1 renting for $1,200. That's extremely small, right? So we got that in our favor. That's essentially his house. I don't think they went in here and made this extremely nice, but it's still one shower, one restroom, and it's still for $1,200 right around the corner from his house. So that's a good thing. There's another mixed-use property over here. Guys, look at this. No, is that right? Let me see. Yes. So there's another mixed-use property over there that's renting for the actual house rented out for $1,500, which is a 322 or a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and the actual front unit is renting out on the market right now it's listed for $450. So that's essentially $1,900 or $1,850 that this particular person can get for this property. If ours obviously rent for $450, but that other one's been up for sale for quite some time, so they might just turn it into a studio and get $500-600 for it. 1-bedroom studio, like a duplex, treated like a duplex essentially. But it's some good properties. Rents are pretty strong over here. 3-2, another $1,500 for nicely remodeled 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So it sounds like that's probably what we need to do is just go ahead and lock it up, see what it comes out at, and then figure out where we are from there. But with that being said, I think I'm going to do that because these rents look pretty darn strong, and it's in a decent side in Texas. So we'll see. It's near the metropolitan area, and it's still a county with the metro, so it's a little bit further out, but it's within the same county of the metro. So I'm excited about it, to be honest with you. Now I am just looking at it. Hey, but with that being said, keep winning. You guys know what it is. Hey, drop some comments below if you got any. If you feel like I could have done better at a certain point, drop some comments below. Follow. It's a game. It got to be done. If you can do it, you can win a ton in this business. But that's what it's all about. Follow up. With that being said, hey, you guys keep winning.